Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for Education Matters. We are here with Dr. Craig Douglas. We love this segment. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you, Dr. Douglas?
Good morning. I'm well, Colette. How are you?
I'm doing great. It is awesome to see you. Dr. Douglas, students are approaching that halfway mark of the school year today, so we're talking about the strategies that we as parents can do to help check in with our kids and address any of those needs that they had during the first half of the year. So, Dr. Douglas, how can parents stay positive and supportive while addressing problems their kids may have had in school?
Well, you've highlighted what I think is the core thing, and that's for parents to be positive and supportive. You know, I believe in a philosophy that you're always either improving a little bit or declining, and so the mid-year point for students is a great way to assess course by course, subject by subject. Are we getting a little bit better each and every lesson, or are we struggling and perhaps slipping back in some way? And for those students that may be facing some challenges, maybe declining or struggling a little bit, it's important for parents to help support finding a pathway to improvement, to right the ship, to stay the course in a better direction.
I love that. So once students and parents identify the problem, what should we consider for the next course of action?
Well, there's no one prescription, Colette.
Okay.
It depends on the grade level, the subjects involved, and the student. But I certainly urge parents to look first and foremost to the school personnel, the teacher or teachers involved, the guidance counselor, the principal. Look for some insight and advice, and also have a deep conversation with your child regarding the challenge, and make it be even and structured and as unemotional as possible to determine what the core difficulty is. Is it comprehension, that the student's having difficulty comprehending the concept? Or is it retaining the information? The student gets it on day one, and day two it slips away and it's not sticking with them. What is the core difficulty? And then work at remediating that difficulty. And it might be extra support, maybe before or after school or during lunch period. You know, with this cold snap, a lot of elementary schools are going with indoor recess. Indoor recess is a great opportunity to get a little extra help at the elementary level for a child that maybe is having a struggle or two in a subject.
Perfect tip. You know, and I'm all about goal setting, Dr. Douglas, and that's really a great way to track improvement. So what strategies can we use to help our kids set goals as they finish out this year and get into the next year?
Well, a rule of thumb I would offer is however long the difficulty's been going, it may take that much time to get it in the right direction. So the goals, I think, should be measurable and should be pretty much short run. Perhaps it's day to day or week to week. Many times, I remember when I was school superintendent, we did progress reports for parents who had children that were perhaps being challenged in math or English or science or whatever subject. And so progress reports, that's a way to do week by week goal setting and measurement. The bottom line is to be supportive. If something's working, do more of it. If something's not working, analyze it and perhaps redirect, amend, or even abandon it to try something else. We all learn through different modalities or different ways, and so finding that right way to course correct, it's a matter of trial and error. It's a little like a doctor trying to prescribe the right medicine for whatever ailment we may have.
I love that, because every child is different and we can tailor our help to that child. Dr. Douglas, we are still in the middle of this pandemic, and it's challenging for kids to try to deal with their schoolwork as well as get through day-to-day life. Tell us, are there any tips that you have as parents that we can help our kids through this time?
Well, I think as much as possible, try and encourage and look positive, and try not to dwell or worry. Worry can really bog down all of our mental energies. And by trying to go, perhaps again, like I said, with the goals, day to day, short run, let's go one step to a time, that kind of spirit, I think that's the best way to approach this pandemic, because it certainly is full of twists and turns. I said to a teacher the other day, just when I think we've turned a corner, we find a new corner. And she quickly agreed with me. She said, I've said the exact same thing. So how many more corners do we have ahead of us? Goodness, I have no idea of knowing, but I know this. I'm resilient personally, and I encourage students to be resilient, and we'll face it one corner to a time, one step to a time.
I love that. Be patient with our kids and be patient with our teachers as well. They are also navigating through this different and challenging time. Thank you, Dr. Douglas, for these valuable tips. Once again, appreciate you.
Thank you, Colette. Be encouraged, everyone, and stay well.
I love that. And do not worry. Thank you, Dr. Douglas. For more information about today's topic, just check out the school source page at WNEM.com.